It's a Sunday, which means one has to relieve himself of a little bit more dignity, watching some more Magical Girls and the issues that brings. The previous episodes have really kind of ramped things up, given us rise to a actually evil group, one that is not content with entertaining themselves. Although we have learned of a new and budding star, an idol for all time, one that can only really sing in the shower. I'm sure that would sell a few music videos, but still, if you want to see more, I hope you're ready. So strap in, get a drink. Let's see some more Magical Girls. Don't know why I stumbled on that. That's actually quite a cool gate design for a kindergarten. So we're seeing the origin points of so many. The fact that this one was left out in the sharks? Left out of all of the games and the little cliques and whatnot from the beginning. God, her day just keeps getting worse. So, having someone to actually stand there beside you, whether you can escape or not because of all the those damn sharks, I can see why they kind of came as a set, those two. Just helping each other in certain ways. One is just to not be lonely, and the other is a confined being that can't escape from the songs. But considering how much that she does actually enjoy singing, it is shocking that no one has ever broached the subject of just singing lessons. You know, you don't have to disrupt everyone's eardrums. And also, considering how this show started, the actual Magical Girls have taken much of a back seat. Yes, we saw them having to go through some personal training, as it were, but they've really been absent, really. They'd much rather stick with Measure Beza, who strips them for their own benefit rather than just whipping them. So they need all the help they can get. Because she falls asleep, yeah. 0. Yeah. I have had people mention the stars. I mean, it wasn't that much of a stretch, really, to see that it'd be somewhat important, considering the few times that we've seen her get a little overexcited, overindulged. Are they going to have to pay for their transgressions? The crimes of the Magical Girls that they've cut short? I mean, they kind of need each other. It's not... easy battle to have by yourself. They're going to regret this, aren't they? You can have the transformation. Is court now in session? Nice of them to stand still and just let that happen. Stage lights. Indeed. I'm curious about this, the upholstery in this room. The cups and jug on the table, sure, I can understand, but is that a bed? This might not go where I think it is, or will definitely go where I think it is. Ah. Putting in the time and the effort where needed. Don't worry, she's thought of every eventuality. They are now just her playthings. But did it come with instruction? Did you not? Yeah. She doesn't understand the whole Gundam F-Fix kit type thing. Okay, we're gonna have some. Also, why is Alice? Oh no, because of the dollhouse. That's why she. She's transformed. Yeah, having Leopard actually go through something and do more than just be kind of comic relief background character would be nice. I mean, we already know that she's not exactly one to take time and read instructions, but don't start clipping things you don't know what they do. Pay for the sins of hurting the others, yep. But everything you do in here will be recorded for pay-per-view sales. Maybe straight to DVD. Depends on how impressive. All of a sudden, they are at each other's throats. I mean, yes, it might all have been fake, but she was on top of the world for a small time. After all, she was doing it for your benefit, you know, not completely crushed the dreams of being able to sing. True. Now won't have to have crowds have their unequivocal attention thanks to shadows. Always stood there, always been there by her side. Such an easy decision for her, but what about her entourage? I think no grand plans or designs, just I mean, having one that is so oblivious as to not hear her own singing, not see the crowds were not there of their own accord, not surprising that they'd have some words without thinking what they're the weight behind them. Is this entertaining for you? And now that there seems to have been a bit of genuine growth between them, did they forget they were being watched? That kind of apology, is it? They are inseparable. I mean, bringing it out to the surface is one thing. Is this Baze's real strength here? Really kind of just folding quickly. Obviously, it's just to leave the room. I wouldn't want to otherwise, sure. And how long were just straight in for it? I mean, it did say just a kiss? Few questions that I'm not going to even consider right now, but I think that kiss was a bit more than just an apology makeup kind of thing. This was just the appetizer. Why do you think the room has a layout like this? But also, if the power level thing being stars is the be-all end-all kind of thing, then Utena shouldn't have been able to overcome them so easily. Surely it's the utilization of powers and deviance. Just pretend she's not watching. I think I've gotten the gist of this episode. We're not going to get away from this. This is going to be very difficult to censor. And is this actually just going to go straight for revelations and tenderness? Jesus Christ. A, voice work. Or moan work. Implications being 2 or 3 things here. How much research did they have to do to draw these scenes? But seeing such that position, probably feeling it quite a bit. It just, what is this? Trying to have can't escape from what's happening at all ever. They really are close, aren't they? And it was only thanks to a certain evil organization, it was managed to be brought to light. Avert your eyes a little longer, but congratulations on making that. Some things you don't need to know. But yeah, world domination is now a long way out of their minds. The overly emotional sister, though, is still an interesting character. Oh, ooh. What? What's with the Power Rangers putty men down there? Didn't we see something of the long time ago? Just a quick scene. Was it a flashback for one of the Magical Girls? Can't remember. Might have been Sulfur. Suddenly, monsters everywhere. Is Transmagia going to have to cut their training short? I mean, if she's going to rise against her own issues, gain that internal strength. I mean, if you keep injecting herself with as much punishment as possible so she doesn't get excited by every slight, if it just becomes mundane to her, that's one way of training. What the hell was that animation? She's blasting off again. But, I mean, they're not by themselves anymore. They've got a large little camaraderie. Can shadows control them, though? I don't think just like them. So, if they go after the masks, do they lose cohesion? Wasting time, but it's not time wasted. I do like the shift between the two halves of this episode. I mean, they're living ooze. Yeah. So, is she nearby, or can it be done remotely? Or she gets bored and calls them off for some reason or another. Wow. Yeah, not surprising that things turned out this way. Is at least one of them spared from it? Good. Good. And they were trapped so easily. But no, she can't swim. The 0 star coming out on top. They can't be taken down, just keep firing until they're dispersed enough. I mean, she just had the satisfaction, the win of completing that Gundam. You're paying, though. No matter how many flags I've mentioned a drawn a... forgotten what the term is. Must have at least something in mind. I don't think wantonly just firing with complete abandon is the only thing going through her mind. Could be wrong. Hopefully it isn't her power. Hopefully her power of just being big and not anything like absorbing attacks against it. Actually, just simply pick her up, throw her through a building. A size slowly lowering herself down, or just no. Yeah, just launched herself against the tarmac. Who's paying to rebuild? It might be 3 stars, but is it also about how it's kind of utilized? Also, has she been hiding? Are stars underneath that hat? Almost. Any reason why she's been lying to the crew? She's just been having fun with it before. Aha! I think I get leopard now. Not just a reference to, like, the German military, no. She's going all werecat. That's the kind of reveal that you like to see. Especially after some of the scenes earlier on in the episode. I don't know how it's gonna take like half hour just to add censorship, but I might just censor the entire thing. No one gets to see anything. Jesus. Having a little history lesson, how those two got together, the fact that they've known each other from kindergarten, always by each other's sides, one helping just by being a presence, the other putting up with bad singing. Who knew they could have gotten so close? I now understand the title of this episode and my reaction to it at the last end of the last one. But yeah, now that Kiwi has had this moment of strength and growth and has managed to complete a Gundam, or maybe that was her defining factor. What else is there going to be? What surprises are in store? Seeing the title of the next episode, I'm worried. I saw enough gushing as it was in this one. You know, there's quite a lot I've put up with in this this series. But an actual just straight up loving connection between two characters that is heavily animated wasn't on my bingo cards. But at least it helped them appreciate each other a little more. What that means going forward, I have no idea. But it's going to be hard to unsee. Still, with Leopard now showing us a lot more of what she has going on, I'm not too disappointed. A shadow werecat kind of thing that has an appreciation for wartime memorabilia and firearms. Fair enough. Does this mean that she was never actually in danger and was just kind of playing for all this time? I like the idea of the comic relief type side character actually being someone to be feared, and the only reason that they're the comic relief is because they know they're so powerful. Where's the fun in that? Why not purposefully hinder yourself? But if she's got a power-up, what about the others? I mean, Alice just needs to not fall asleep and that's hers, but are the 3 actual magical girls going to come out of this on top? Not just as you're having a personal revelation. Would be interesting to see, but the fact of Sister Gigante just being big lady and what a way to go. Still not sure what the insurance premiums are going to be after all of this. But shadow creatures of ooze, Enormita's power of just controlling mindless minions, makes sense considering how detached she is from anyone of actual character. She didn't care for any of them in her gang before. 2 of them left. So, oh well, no real worries or harm done there. So, are those stars going to be, a erasable marker, just drawn on for fun? To find out, we're going to have to watch a bit more, but I'm scared of what might come, so to speak. This episode was a bit more than I had bargained for, but at least Utena is putting in the effort, making the dollhouse itself have a few upgrades. If that is part of Alice's power or not, why not make the most of it? Maybe not with some restraints and lubrication next time, though. But what a wonderful Sunday. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and if you're watching this on any other day of the week, well, make sure to erase your browser history. But for now, try and get any modicum of rest after all of this. I'm worn out just watching it. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out future uploads. Jump onto my Discord for links to other videos whenever they go live, and or votes for upcoming shows. And hopefully I get to see you for the next one. And no, I'm not showing you my stars.